there's other things going on besides the potential of World War III.
Hmm.
And so let's do an extra segment and catch up on some of those. Over the weekend, a man was working outside of an IHOP, that's International House of Pancakes, for those of you who don't know, in Santa Ana, California. A bunch of masked guys in tactical gears showed up and surrounded him, pinned him to the ground, and struck him repeatedly, and he was arrested. These were, I guess they were Border Patrol agents. They were wearing Border Patrol vests, but they were masked as all these cowards are these days. And this guy, Narciso Barranco, it turns out he has sons who are U.S. Marines.
Three
of them, in fact. This is how they are treating him. They are treating a man who has three sons who are currently in the Marine Corps, and they pinned him to the ground, struck him repeatedly, pepper sprayed him, and arrested him.
at his
Asked
job.
if he
At his
job.
At his job. I just want to at his fucking job.
Yeah. Danielle, go.
You can't make this shit up.
No.
Just to remind people once again of the lies that MAGA and Trump told, which is that we are going after the criminals. We are going after the terrorists. And who could speak out and say, no, 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 right? Like, don't get rid of terrorists and gang members. This is a fucking landscaper at his job in front of the IHOP being treated as if he is some fucking leader of a terrorist or gang operation. You have got to be fucking kidding me. And then the way that he gives back to this country, right, is that three of his sons are in the Marines. If that is a story that doesn't make people fucking sick, like sick to death of Trumpism, sick to death of these fucking Gestapo ICE agents, because that's what they are. They're fucking thugs. Masked thugs that are going around beating the shit out of brown people and kidnapping them. And all of this is happening while Trump creates this fucking wag the dog, like Iranian escalation, also that he can get clicks and ratings on fucking TV and distract from the fact that he is waging war on brown and black people in this country. You know what? Let me take a breath.
Yeah.
Because I'm just...
Yeah. While you take a breath, I'll remind people about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was one of the people sent to the Salvadoran detention camp, concentration camp, call it what you will. Even our government admitted was sent there by mistake, but then they didn't want to bring him back and said they have no power to bring him back. And then eventually he was brought back and sent to Tennessee. He's been charged with human smuggling, which wasn't even a thing they pretended he had done before they brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's weird in and of itself. And basically, the government has said that Abrego Garcia will never go free on American soil. This, despite the fact that he has not been found guilty of
anything
crime. So again, Danielle, I just thought maybe you needed more evidence that the Trump administration is out of control and is acting without regard to the Constitution or people's rights.
And the question that I continue to ask all the time is, where the fuck are the Democrats, Andy? What are the Democrats doing and saying as Donald Trump has unleashed a Gestapo thug force on American soil that is terrorizing communities, pepper spraying, beating people up, kidnapping them off the streets, no badges, no anybody could go get a Border Patrol fucking vest. Yep. You could probably order it on Amazon or on fucking Etsy or any site right now. Get a ski mask and go beat people up and throw them in the back of a van. And who would know the fucking difference between them and actual agents? None, because there is none. They have waged war on American soil against some American citizens, some people with legal protection. It doesn't fucking matter because it doesn't end there. And now we're on the verge of World War III. And by the way, we're still counting months of this administration. Months.
Yeah. Okay. But you know what, Danielle, before we leave, it's something I've been wanting to say for a long time. We did talk about the true victims in our society? It's the people who look like me, Danielle. A new survey done
You want me to
for
jump through the screen today, don't you?
no, I want you to listen and learn, Danielle. I think it's time that white men were listened to, and I think it's time that white men we have a lot to teach, and we are going to teach it to you generally whether you want us to or not. Uh but so there's this new absolutely garbage survey that claims that white men are walking around on eggshells at work and are afraid to speak freely. It may surprise you to learn that Fox News is all over this survey. This survey was done for some YouTube and podcast series whose thesis is that it's called White Men Can't Work. And according to this poll, 43% of white men say they are self-censoring their speech at work, and 25 million men claim they haven't been given jobs or promoted because they are white men. Danielle, I am here for your apology.
I am afraid that
I'm
you
waiting.
may
I'm waiting. I'm
die
waiting.
waiting. It is the absurdity for me. Like it is
I know.
just, you know, oh my God. Dear white men, if you are unable to do your job without, oh, I don't know, racism, misogyny, offending people, then maybe you should shut the fuck up, right? Like, because it's free. And if you can't do your jobs without racism or transphobia or homophobia or Islamophobia or anti-Semitic, like whatever it is that you feel like you have to swallow, maybe you shouldn't be hired for certain jobs because you shouldn't be in the fucking workplace because you're cavemen. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe that should have been the study. White men can't evolve as opposed to white men can't work. White men can't evolve. There, I fixed it.
But can we just talk about white men saying that they are self-censoring at work? That's called being at work.
Right.
Everybody self-censors at work. If anything, and this is exactly the larger problem in a nutshell, is that for a long time, white men were the ones who were able to speak more freely than anyone else, knowing that they would not lose their jobs and they would not get promoted. And what's happening now is maybe a bit, white men are being treated the way everyone else is at work, which is to say, you don't get to walk around your workplace spouting your fucking opinions on everything without any kind of filter. That's not how it works in a workplace. That's just common sense. But when you've been privileged for so long, when you're brought down, when that privilege disappears even a tiny bit and you move closer to the people who don't have that privilege, you feel like you're being attacked. And that, to me, that is exactly what's going on here. And again, that's what's going on, sort of writ large in our society, where with white people and white men in particular talking about how the whole world is out to get them now. It's like, no, you're just being brought down a tiny bit from your lofty privileged perk. You're not even being brought down to be fully even with other people yet, but you're getting a little closer, and that scares the hell out of you, and you don't like it because you're a bunch of fucking babies.
Well done.